The truth is, you and I right now in real time are living within the story of God. I believe he is the main character of it all. Everything that is true and wonderful and good and right comes from him. This is his story playing out around us and through us and upon us as we speak. As I have spent the last 30 years standing on stages and expounding on the story of God, over and over, I have found myself hearing the story in first person. So that's what this is. This is the retelling in first person of, Noah's story. The story of him and his family building a boat for rain that they had never seen or heard of. And then in that boat, and then being saved through the boat, coming outside of it and beginning a new arrangement and covenant and contract with God. So this is part one of Noah's story. And in my head, this is how I hear Noah telling you, telling me, telling us his story. I had never seen rain. We knew water, of course, yes, but it came from the ground. It came from below. It was like a mist. It would rise in the morning, clinging to the cypress groves, leaving the vegetation lush and dripping. The sky was a complacent blue. So that's why when God told me to build this boat, this ark, I thought I misunderstood him. What's a flood without rain? And what is rain in the first place? His voice, it wasn't a thunder. It wasn't like that at all. It was like a pressure on my chest. It was like a certainty that settled on me with a weight of like a mountain. And in the weight was like a sadness and even a sorrow. He spoke of destruction, and he spoke of a vessel. Dimensions like burned into my mind, cubits upon cubits, a structure meant to survive the unmaking of the world. I stood there, sandals sinking into dry dust, staring at a cloudless horizon, paralyzed by the impossibility of it all. So much of it didn't make sense. The first swing of the axe into the gopher wood still echoes, like in my heart, in my mind. The sound felt like a violation, sharp, sudden. Resin filled the air, sharp and clean, the smell of something dying to become something new. My sons were there, Shem, Ham, Jephthah. They were working beside me. But we were men of the soil, not shipwrights, not ship makers. We measured, we hauled, we sealed. I remember the pitch clung to our skin and embedded itself beneath our nails. My hands became maps of calluses and splinters. The sweat on my brow wasn't just from labor. It was from the weight of the future I couldn't see. At first, they came to watch. The villagers, the townspeople, former friends. What are you building, Noah? A barn for the mountains? A vessel, I would say. A boat. For what? The waters that are coming. They laughed, called it Noah's Big Folly. They actually had festivals near our site. Their drums and laughter would jar us and jeer us against the sounds of our mallets. The old man fears the dew, they shouted. I preached. I felt like God told me to, but my words sounded hollow, even to me, to be honest. What if I misheard him? What if that wasn't his voice? What if I'm just a fool? Years bled into decades. My beard turned white. My back bent. My sons became fathers. And still, we built. Faith? I learned a lot about faith. It's not really a feeling. It's a trust that shows up every day. And you lift the hammer again. Even when the sky promises no rain, just peace. But then that morning came, and the air shifted. It was like a low hum that moved through my feet. Something was happening. Something was coming in our direction. It wasn't chaos, but in solemn procession. Here came the animals, 2 by 2. Lions walking beside oxen, eagles folding their wings, serpents, beetles, an endless line. The air thickened with musk, dust, and the breath of 1,000 upon 1,000 creatures. The laughter stopped, from the people, the villagers. Now they only watched silently. We loaded the last provisions. The sky turned a bruised purple. The wind began to howl. And then the first drop. Cold on my face. This is not a mist. This is heavy from heaven. It's aggressive. The sky was breaking open. We got in, and he shut the door. It wasn't me, it wasn't my sons. It was God himself. The door shutting, that sound was so final. It was like the sound of the world ending. At first, it wasn't the rain we heard. It was fists, hands pounding on the hull, screams for help, curses turned to pleas. Then the rain grew heavier until it drowned out every other sound. The ark groaned, the fountains of the deep burst forth. We lurched, leaving behind the earth I had known for 600 years. As we began to float, I realized surviving the boat would be its own kind of pain. And this was only the first part of our story.